Hello, online classmates. My name is Chris McClellan, and I produce under the name of BlitzDub. I'm from this little place called Calgary, Canada. Right now, snow's starting to melt, so it's getting pretty nice, feeling good. Anyways, this week I'm going to talk to you about working with automation in Logic Pro 9. I use Logic Pro 9, it just really works for me. So let's quickly open a new track that I've been working on. I used this in the last week 2 video, if you just follow on YouTube. Now let's give it a quick listen and see how it sounds. Okay, so that's basically the sound. Don't do what I just did with the master fader. Right now I'm just mixing it around -6 decibels full scale, just to make sure I can limit it. So what I'll be teaching you today is working with automation, which is this stuff up here that I put on the kick drum. Now, I'm not going to go and rewrite it for you, but I am going to do it on this Flying Apes Blippage synth that I have. So let's quickly load our little plugin. So what we're going to be doing is modulating the cutoff. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. So you go into your Logic sequence, and you press the A key. Your A is your automation key. A, automation, really simple. Now what you have here is you have what you can automate. So for the main, you can automate volume, pan, solo, bypasses of inserts. I have a little bit of reverb on here. You can modulate with that. With auto filter, we're going to go and select cutoff. So now we have this line, and as I move the cutoff here, the line moves. Now this is what's typically recorded when you load up any sort of automation. For example, if I go to the Platinum Verb dry, it'll be up at 100. So it automatically loads the setting that you have set. So let's bring this down to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is automating. How I like to do it is I usually like to draw in with a little custom linear curve, but for the purpose of the video, I'll be showing you how to record this using latch automation and touch automation. Now right here, this off, you click that, and this is your different modes of automation. Read is basically just looking at the automation. So for example, here it's set on read, because off is just doesn't automate at all. Read is where you can see the automation. Touch is where it, so long as you're touching something, it will record it. As soon as you let go, it goes back to its original setting. Latch is where, think about this as like a dub over for automation, because no matter what you record, if you're pressing something or not, it will just record over it. So it's similar to recording audio in that it gets rid of the bottom element here, and write is just writing. So write's a little dangerous. I never really use it, so I'll be using latch for this one. So automation will record so long as you play the track in Logic, which I really enjoy because it's just a space bar. You're good to go. So let's quickly automate this. Let's just erase all this. Let's set this to touch and see how that differs. So as you can see, I would pull this down to record the automation curve, but as soon as I let it go, bumped up right to 100, which was our set setting before we started. Let's just get rid of that really quickly. Bring this down to 0. So the way I like to do it is just leave it in read, and with Logic, you just click, and you have a new automation point. So I want to have it at 100 right about here. So let's take a quick listen once this automation is now in. So this was an example of how to use a low-pass filter automated to sort of bring in different elements. Now you can do this with volume as well, but I caution you with specifically Logic volume automation, once you do something like that, if you try to use the fader, it doesn't respond. So I find for mixing, it's much better just to use different filter automations with no resonance on. different things like that, so you don't affect the volume, so you can still mix the levels on the fader later on. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, learned something. Maybe it helped to see it in a different DAW, maybe it helped to see it in layman's terms. I know for me personally, within my own compositions, automation is a key factor. There is automation in every song that I do. So it's really a great tool to use, and it's a very important tool to use to be able to, like Loudon said, guide the listener through this sonic soundscape that you're building. Anyways, thank you for watching the video again, and yeah.